Okay, hi everybody. Just a quick product tour today. We're streaming this live so I don't have to go through and edit it and upload it later. The good folks at Rising Dawn Studios were nice enough to send me a promotional copy of their Half Moon Bay scenery, KHAF, which is just outside of San Francisco by the famous Mavericks surf break, and sort of a mini Pebble Beach in terms of the environment. And I thought we'd take a quick flight around it today, and then I'd do a quick video walk around so we could check it out and see what it's like. As you can see, there's lots of detail, specifically grasses. The trees are animated, which I think you'll be able to see in a second. A lot of detail in terms of the hangars, and in particular the hangar that your airplane can live in. You have the ability to customize. You can customize some of the things on the walls. You can customize the paint job. You can do all kinds of stuff to sort of make this airport your own, and you can also change some of the settings in terms of performance. You can turn the number of grasses up or down. You can change the trees and whether or not they're animated and the rest. So I'm just running with default here, and I thought that the default Cessna would be kind of a good bird to take a flight around. So we'll do sort of a lap of the pattern, and then I'll use the teleport feature here in the oops, there we go. I'll use the teleport feature in the virtual reality to give you a tour of some of the details. So I've got the chat open. Yep. Hey Ian, and if there are questions about the scenery, I'll try to ask them as we go. But otherwise, we'll just sort of get started here. So again, I'll take off, I'll do a quick lap, and then we'll do sort of a walk around. First of all, if you don't run with orthographic scenery, it comes with its own ortho photos, which are running on top of the ones that I have here. And a really nice attention to detail on this airport. You know, it's hard to compare things to Orbix because Orbix is so excellent, but in the X-Plane world, this is awfully good. We'll look at it at night also. I'll time shift because he's got a bunch of specific lighting objects. I don't know if you can see there, but he's got some human figures, guy waiting for the outhouse. That's kind of cool. Whoops, don't go off the edge. Yeah, Mark, you're in the luggage compartment. So I'll get closer to these trees so you can see their animation. The wind might not be blowing enough to blow them, but I can always turn that on if they're not animated without wind. I haven't figured out if they do it that way or not yet. So in addition to the airport, they've also modeled a lot of the surrounding environments and have done a very nice job with that. I wish all the trees in X-Plane looked as good as that. Yeah, Mark, flying a lot of people in the Cessna. I've got like 12 people in the Cessna. Let me see if we can see if these are blowing right here. Yeah, they're moving a little bit. I don't know if you can quite see it. I'll get closer with the teleport feature after we take a quick loop of the pattern. All right. Not sure what goes on down here, so we'll just take off from here. Yeah, this is the end of the runway. There's a run-up area. One of the details that I noticed that they do pretty cool is that he's done is the noise abatement signs. So that's pretty cool. Safety always supersedes noise abatement procedures, just in case you were wondering. Hello, Skang. So again, this is just a product tour of the Half Moon Bay scenery available from Rising Dawn Studios. Sorry, I'm distracted with some things going on here in the cockpit. Okay, we'll take a quick look around. Do a couple flybys. You can see the custom runway. the signage on the runway. The surrounding buildings. The radar station up on top of the outcropping. We'll go take a look at that first. And the sailboats in the harbor. Yes, he got his studying done. He had all his homework done before we got there, actually. So here you can see the harbor and the hotel, which they've modeled, which is pretty cool. And then if I come back around, we'll check out, you can see the ortho on the causeways there, on the surf breaks. We'll come by and check out the radar dish station. Yeah, it's nice. It's $19, and compared to how much we pay sometimes for scenery, I think that's a pretty good deal. If you want an airport that you sort of live out of, this would be a good one, based on what I've seen so far. We'll do a flyby here of the radar station. I'm still using 3J FPS, so it's not showing all of the objects in the distance. Just to keep my FPS good. So, in fairness to him and his scenery, maybe I should turn that on. No, here we go. There's the trailer park next door. We'll do a low pass here after we fly out over the town a little bit. Unknown freaks, that's cool. Well, good, thanks for the endorsement, Jamlin. All right, we'll do a quick low pass, and then we'll come around once more for a landing, and then we'll do a quick walk around. It looks great in the VR, I have to tell you. Performance is pretty good. My VR hasn't been running as smooth as it was the other day. I'm not quite sure why. I don't think that's because of this. Quick flyby of the terminal and the hangars. See how neatly rendered the windsock is there. That's the terminal, or that's the, not terminal, that's the hangar you live in down there. I'll show that to you in a minute. Cell towers. I presume it's right traffic here instead of left. So we'll go around and do a quick landing, and then we'll do a walk around. Any tips for making a home cockpit? Oh boy. Well, if you go to www.ontheglideslope.net, you'll see about 2 years worth of advice and archives and plans that I've posted about the home cockpit I built. I flew in it today. I still love it. I'm using VR a bit more, but it's still a great tool, and it's a lot of fun for having friends and family, and it's awfully good for IFR stuff. So I'd encourage you to go there. Headset, I'm using the Oculus Rift. Okay, let's get inside the white arc. There's a zoom feature now, I noticed. Let me see if I can use it. Whoa, extreme close-up. Extreme close-up. All right. Fuel pump. Flaps. Well, yeah, I have to say, it's hard not to like what we're doing with VR these days. 75 knots, a little slower here. There we go. Let's get it right. There we go, right on 75 knots. I have the flaps on a thumb switch. Yeah, this just feels so much more realistic in 3D than the cockpit, as much as I love the physical cockpit. Okay, so we'll land, we'll do a quick taxi, and then we'll walk around some of the features here in this scenery. Flaps up. Short field. There we go. Okay. So let's look at some of the stuff we have around here. First we'll go over to the hangar. And it's cool, you can position your airplane to be right in the middle of the hangar, which is pretty cool. And you can customize the interior of it with different things that you want to have on it. I know you guys are chatting with each other. Okay. So let's hang out here for a second. That's your hangar. We'll back out of the throttle here a little bit and turn on our parking brake. Where's the parking brake in this thing? Oh yeah, right here. It's not animating, but it looks like it's working. We're not going anyplace. Okay, so let's take a quick walk around. Let's go check out the hangar first. Okay, so one thing, I don't know if you noticed, but it's pretty cool. It's got the sectional there. This is your hangar. You can customize the paint job in the interior. If that's your thing, you can customize some of the stuff on the wall. NOTAM keywords, that's kind of cool. If we go over here, I guess that's supposed to be your wrench and your workbench. And so that's kind of cool. You can actually put different stuff on the wall, and you can very specifically position your aircraft inside of this hangar so that it's right where you want it to be when you're ready to start out. Which is cool. No beer. So that's very cool. You can see the quality of the grass textures. Let's check out some of the trees. First of all, let's go over here and look at some of the other. He looks very stoic, that gentleman. You can see the quality. There's a very nice shine off the pavement on the ramp, and high quality painting texture or taxi lines and the rest, which is cool. If we go over to the little cafe, And these details change if they're open or closed depending on the time of day. So the sign will change to say that it's closed. Here we are up on top, which is kind of cool. Parking lot. Little farmer's stand across the street. The power lines are very detailed. Let's get by one of these trees. There's a nice view. So you can see how the trees are animated, which is really pretty cool. It's a nice effect when you're out on the ramp. Cell tower. Here's the fueling station, which is quite cool. More terminals and parking areas, or terminals, hangars. I don't know why I keep saying terminals. Probably because it's late in the day for me. If we want to go check out Here we go. We're at the satellite tracking station, which is pretty cool. And there's a view back to the airport down the side of the cliff. We can zip down to the harbor really quickly. And the hotel. So lots of cool details, you know, really. I mean, that's nice, you know, those are nice touches. We'll get back to the airport through a quick teleporting. Oh, we're lost in the, there we go. Back on the runway. Back to our plane. And then I know he did a lot of work. The designer did quite a bit of work to make this scenery look nice at night. Different ramp positions. So let's do a quick time shift here. Here we are at night. Get back to our aircraft. He's hand placed all the lights. You can see the quality of the texture there for the tarmac. Really very good. Your hangar lights up at night, which is cool. The lit signage. We'll go down to the dining, or to the little cafe. And shutters come out at night and it says we're closed, which is a really cool detail. And some tarmac lighting. Boy, the stars look a bit better now in this than they used to. And lighting at the fuel station. So pretty cool airport, I have to say. For $20, if you wanted a place to fly out of, especially if you're on Pilot Edge and you want to fly on the western U.S. expansion, this would be a good place to be based out of, close to San Francisco, middle of the coast. It's nice. Where can you buy? Can you get it for FSX Team? I'm not sure if it's available for FSX or not, but I know it's in the X-Plane. I think there's a P3D FSX version available. If you go to, I put a link in the description for the stream that has it to their store on the .org. But again, it's Rising Dawn Studios, and if you did Half Moon Bay or Rising Dawn Studios as a Google search, I'm sure you'll find it. Let's maybe take a quick flight at night here and see how we think it looks. There we go. Oh no, taxiway takeoff. Into the wind. Watch out for the, whoa! Don't do this at home. That makes it a little darker for us. So you can see the lighting in the nearby environments. It's quite good. Down at the hotel and on the dock. And we'll do a flyby here, lighting over at the satellite or the radar station. Nice view there of the lighting for the runway. So it's well done. Whoa, a little bit of a flash there. So again, KHAF Half Moon Bay from Rising Dawn Studios. Thanks again for the promotional copy. I never intend for people to send me things like that, but it's always nice when somebody does, and I try to always give an honest review. If I don't think something is cool, I don't say it is, or I'll just decline to do the review. Let's make it sort of dusky. I guess it's not dusky enough. There we go. So this one I think is great. Beautiful piece of scenery. And again, a great place to fly out of and just sort of call your home base. And I think this is good. I think this is you know, what X-Plane needs. It needs some really good developer work around airports. I spend a lot of time and energy designing my own field sometimes, and I'm proud of it. But the fact of the matter is at some point, you know, you need people who really want to get paid for doing cool stuff if we're going to have really cool stuff. And Mr. X is doing great work with big strips, and it'd be wonderful to see some people decide that they wanted to make a living out of developing some of the smaller fields for GA guys like this. It's one of the real nice things about Orbx is there's a million little airports that you can fly and get and, you know, make part of what you do. And the more we have of that in X-Plane, the better the experience is going to be for all of us. We're doing sort of a steep approach here. Short field landing. Coming down on the... Oh, will we hear the stall horn? Don't land on the displaced threshold. There we go. All right, so that's the quick tour. Thanks everybody for checking in. I'll go back and look at some of the comments here and make sure I've been able to answer them. But otherwise, it's the Half Moon Bay from Rising Dawn Studios. Let's make it morning. Dawn would be nice. There we go. So that's it. Everybody, thanks for checking in. And boy, you can see the quality of the textures there. And thanks for checking in on the glide slope. And I hope you appreciated the video. Thanks again.